Okay, so people have been... I've been tired of... I'm tired of explaining this build to people, so I'm gonna make a YouTube video on it. Also doing this in, like, one take, so... Yeah, basically sustain Lightning Stratos. It was nerfed a bit, and my DPS fluctuates, and I'm not certain why yet. I also have, like, some changes I'm thinking about making to the build. But it's basically complete, or it was. Wind Spirit, Windy, Vampiric on my Rune and Ring, Vampire Guild for sustain. My infuse is 1 Steam Golem, 1 Cinder Soul, and right now it's 1 Gale Wanderer, but the plan is to replace that, as I'm not critting at all. Even with, like, Lightning Croak, I'm just not critting on anything besides stars. As far as I can tell, I'm only critting on the stars, which is barely any DPS. I'm still doing 300 DPS with Lightning Cloak, even after the nerf and all those balancing changes yesterday. Which this is roughly where I was sitting. Before the changes is sitting around 300 DPS. My swing speed's definitely slower. This build didn't get hit that hard, and the lifesteal, the sustain is very good. It's really good in Frog Raid, at least during the waves, because Chain Lightning and Stars are making my lifesteal go through the roof. If you're gonna do less windy and more lifesteal, because this is optional, I guess. If you want less sustain, you could drop the Vampire enchants. Just if you're gonna do Vamp enchants, put them on your Ring and Rune, as you get more air boost out of enchanting the armor due to the air boost multiplier. Also, for everyone is saying, I've had people say, oh, why don't I just do 2 Steam Golem? I don't see 2 Steam Golem ever being good. If you want to double up on one of your infuses, just do Cinder Soul, because that'll actually increase your healing. And 2 Steam Golem, they gutted the, or as far as I know, they nerfed the air boost from Steam Golem, and having a second one it won't really matter for the burn proc, because in most scenarios, proccing burn a couple hits earlier is not really going to make it that much of a difference in terms of, like, healing, because once you proc burn, it's probably you're gonna stay burning until you're done attacking. My thoughts for replacing the Gale Wanderer infuse was probably Scow Shaman, because it's reduced weapon art cooldown. And the only thing about my build right now that's unsatisfactory is I have about 11-second downtime on Lightning Cloak, where I have to wait for the cooldown to finish, as, you know, High Elf reduces my weapon art cooldown in the first place. And it was either Scow Shaman or Gunslinger. I'm going to keep looking into another infuse I could do. I might do something for damage, but if I could have better uptime on Lightning Cloak, that would be good. I know that I tested it with Gunslinger it drops the cooldown down to about 6 seconds of downtime before I can use Lightning Cloak, or 6 seconds without Lightning Cloak before I can use it again. And there might be something better, but I'm fucking sleep deprived right now, so. Here's I'll show you what the fucking weapon is. It's Starlight Handle and this Stratos core, of course. Which, as far as I know, I don't know how hard the nerfs hit it, but Starlight Handle, I'll chain lightning, almost guaranteed. Or yeah, it's guaranteed chain lightning on all my hits. But after that, it'll spawn a star on every chain lightning hit 2, which is good, and that's also better healing and lifesteal. Lightning Cloak, of course, weapon art for, you know, move speed, damage, attack speed. I'm thinking of swapping to Thunderwood Handle, as it might be faster swing speed. It'll be better air and magic scaling. But it might be better swing speed, and also it'll be... I'll get burst DPS on my M2 from the static charge, I believe is the name of the perk. What else? Vamp Guild. I'm pretty sure the reason why my DPS is fluctuating is due to Vampire Guild and the whole like in sunlight versus out of sunlight damage nerfs or buffs slash debuffs. But as far as I know, in both raids you're going to be technically in shade all of the time. I might be wrong about B raid, but I know Frog raid is there's only sunlight in the center of the arena. And I believe Phase 2 of Stratos is also counting as being in the shade. And that's like the only time your DPS matters in Stratos, in my opinion, because I don't see it worth to try to DPS when you can't do charged cannon shot for a longer stun duration. Yeah, the only nerf that I noticed, it's probably repeating myself, was the reduced attack speed, of which it sucks. It's actually pretty big, but the damage buffs, or like the rebalancing on Stratos, my damage is still roughly 300, and Lightning Cloak helps a bit. I might be able to get better DPS and attack speed with Thunderwood Handle. Is there anything missed? I don't know if I showed DPS, but it's like roughly 300. I'm fucking forgetful, Jesus Christ. Here should be DPS if I have the fucking Lightning Cloak cooldown. Hopefully this is explaining everything about my build. I don't have to explain this shit anymore. Or at least not as much. Yeah, 300 or like 270 to 300 DPS is, in my opinion, pretty good. And this build's definitely way better, like in Lord Frog Dungeon, or the Frog Raid, due to having having packs of enemies where I'll heal faster off of chain lightning, etc. It's yeah. I think that's everything.